Hi everyone. I just can't get it together. Depression, huge panic attacks. I'll spare the details. I noticed my eating window expanding into the late hours, further perpetuating the bad sleep, which also perpetuated the bad mornings. I had to break this loop, so I've been fasting for the last 2 days, and quite a few of you have commented on my 30-day fast and sort of the willpower it takes. Well, I actually fear the next 24 hours even more as I attempt a freaking dry fast. Right now, it's about 10 a.m., so let's down this last jar of water for the next 24 hours. I really think there's potential for me to not make this through, and I'll usually risk life and limb to complete something that I'll say I'll do, but I don't know about this one. Who knew drinking water could be so hard? Oh, jeez. Can you believe I used to do that with Jack Daniels? Oh. Also called absolute fasting. What I'm gonna do is not only am I gonna abstain from food, but also from all forms of liquid. There's actually two types of dry fast. There's the hard and the soft versions. The hard version is very strict. It does not allow any contact with any forms of liquid. So sorry, Seattle, if it's raining over there, H2O can be absorbed through the skin. And then there's the soft version of a dry fast, which allows you to brush your teeth and take a shower, such as I am doing now. I shot this thing out of order, so just deal with it. So what are the benefits of a dry fast? Well, they're essentially very similar to water fasting benefits, just sort of supercharged. Unclear is this claim that 1 day of dry fasting is equivalent to 3 days of a water fast. And also bear in mind that this is potentially more dangerous than your traditional water fast. So why am I in a garage now? Humans can typically go about 40 days without food, but only about 3 days without water. The body, however, should still be able to create some H2O by extracting some of the hydrogen from our fat stores and combining it with the oxygen that we breathe. Nevertheless, you should pay attention to signals. For instance, if you have lower back pain, that might be a sign that something's going on with your kidneys. So be mindful of that. Nevertheless, one should expect improved immune function, reduced inflammation, reduced blood pressure, cell regeneration, skin benefits, spiritual benefits, potentially better weight loss as the body utilizes more fat for H2O creation, better elimination of toxins as the body searches for water preferentially targeting rarely used or damaged cells for conversion, and possibly increased autophagic activity over what one would expect in a traditional water fast. This is due to the increase in AMPK, or adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase. Did I say that right? Is there even anything on this? So what did I do to prep? First, I had to ask myself a couple questions. Do I have any underlying health conditions and or take any medications that could create some sort of like complications during a dry fast? The next thing I did was to make sure I was sort of fat adapted. So for the last week, I was staying away from carbs and sugars. The last 2 days, I was water fasting, except for last night. I had some whipped cream. I'm not gonna get into it. You don't need to know. And unsurprisingly, had a whole bunch of water in the lead up for the last few days in preparation for this fast, salt as well, and finally got plenty of great rest and sleep. And even with all that, I ain't gonna make it. I can just feel it right now. I need the water. It's actually starting to sprinkle a little. It's probably a big no-no to the dry fasters. Just went about my work per usual today. Exercised before I started the dry fast in the morning. So I've kept myself extremely distracted, and it's only been 4 hours. Oh my God, this is so messing with my head now. I can't believe I have 18 more hours to go. I just need to make it to bedtime. Just make it to bedtime. And then we get like another 8, 10, 12, I don't know, 18 hours. We'll just sleep all day tomorrow. Who cares? We're doing a dry fast. And as you can see, it keeps on raining. You're probably wondering, why are we in the closet right now? Silly. So I can give you an update. It's 10 p.m. right now. It's been about 12 hours, 12 more hours to go. Hopefully I go to bed, everything's smooth sailing, and when I wake up, there's the finish line. I was noticeably a little bit more irritable than usual earlier in the day for a brief window of time, but surprisingly did not need to gurgle water. Cravings were occasionally there, but not so bad. The actual hunger food cravings came on like about an hour ago, but nothing so bad. So knock on wood, so far so good. Good night for now. I actually couldn't sleep until about midnight, and now it's 5 in the morning, and can't get back to sleep. My mouth feels slightly dehydrated. Everything else feels pretty good, and I don't have any intense cravings for water at the moment. So still got like 5 hours to go. I missed you. Did you miss me? It's been 24 hours. It's a little past 10 o'clock, so we officially made it. This will be my first glass of H2O consumed, and I can't wait. Oh, so good. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Here are my observations. I wasn't hungry all that much. The hunger cravings were pretty brief, lasting no more than 30 minutes, and maybe a 1 or a 2 on the intensity scale. Speaking of scales, my starting weight was 185 pounds, and this morning I clocked in at 181.4. The 3.6 pound difference was probably the largest day-to-day weight loss I've ever experienced, that at least I can remember, but keep in mind that we're dealing with water loss here and expect a regain after rehydrating. I was thirsty throughout the day, but it wasn't noticeable when I stayed busy when I was off camera. My lips and mouth felt dry, but not to the point of feeling the need to hydrate. I noticed I was very energetic for the first like 5-6 hours, but that didn't last. Once I got off work, I knocked out and was pretty much tired again by 10 o'clock. I'm kind of tired right now, to be honest. Perhaps I was also maybe a little bit amped before starting the fast, and I couldn't go back to sleep this morning since I was looking forward to ending it. A commonly listed side effect is irritability. My bout with it was noticeable, but short-lived, and generally my mood was stable and good. Focus was great, but mirrored my energy pattern. I had no headaches. Keep in mind, though, that I was in ketosis for a week prior, limit caffeine to mostly decaf coffee, and did my best to hydrate before the fast. I urinated twice in the first 4 hours of the dry fast, and not again until the following morning, this morning. The last was noticeably darker in color. I created a lot of excuses to not try this dry fast, but now that I did, it's not so bad. Would I try it again? I don't know, maybe. Maybe more likely is an occasional shorter dry fast to match some time-restricted feeding days. I love variation anyways, and I do water fast a lot. I see theoretical value, but just there are risks, and I love drinking water. I also love learning, so I have to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Some of you might know that my background is in film production. Before that, I was unfulfilled, so without a clue, I bought a camera, watched hundreds of online tutorials, made a demo reel, quit my job, and never looked back. It took me around the world and introduced me to some of the most brilliant doctors and scientists on the planet. I would have loved what Skillshare has done in creating a centralized platform with thousands of classes from marketing to graphic design, beginner to advanced. Now, more of you might know me from my health-related content, so I was pleasantly surprised to find out Skillshare has online classes for fasting, weight loss, meditation, nutrition, cooking, depression, and anxiety. As mentioned, I had a painful rough patch recently delaying my publishing plans, so I'm going to check out Marcus Brownlee's YouTube success and Jonathan Van Ness's Ultimate Self-Care Playbook classes for some tips and tricks. Something I picked up from Jonathan to combat resentment is deep breathing while wishing someone you resent health and happiness. So if you hate me or this video, secretly though, I'll be taking magic classes. So Skillshare isn't just for creatives. It's an online learning community with lots to explore. They also have live classes, no ads, and launch new classes all the time. The monthly membership is pretty cheap, but they gave me something to give you. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start searching for things you want to learn more about today. But that's it, we made it. If you're watching this, that means the video's been published and there weren't any crazy complications after filming. I'm really excited for the next few videos that are in the can, so please look out for that starting next week. Lastly, I hope all you kind and cool people out there are living well and healthy. All right, take care. Talk to you later. Oh no. Mike's wearing a beanie. Now Mike's gonna get a whole bunch of comments about how I look like Where's Waldo?